Hello guys and welcome to my new video, and today we're going to cover something a little bit different. Gearing experience in BfA. And recently, I'm not sure for how long this method was available in the beta, but recently I've discovered the method where you can get your character nearly fully decked out in all their normal equivalent gear in under 30 minutes. So I'm not sure how long this method has been in the beta. I'm not sure, like, this is one of the reasons why I wasn't sure about this video. I'm not sure if this is fully intended. This is one of the reasons why this video is going to be titled Gearing in BfA Beta, because I don't think this method is going to make to live servers. I really hope it doesn't, and you'll see soon why. Because it is extremely easy, it is extremely efficient, and it would defeat the purpose of doing anything else other than doing this method. Now, I kind of try to realize why Blizzard would do this. Maybe this is an oversight. Maybe this is Blizzard's way of helping beta players to get gear in order to do higher Mythic Plus, because it can be hard to get gear. Maybe you want to do higher Mythic Plus, and this is one of the best ways to get gear, and you can push that Mythic Plus content because your item levels don't, if you're doing a raid, your item level is going to be boosted up. You don't have to be 120, you don't have to do anything, you can test raids straight away. But if you want to test Mythic Plus, you have to level your character to 120. You have to get decent gear in order to actually progress higher Mythic Plus. So I kind of thought maybe Blizzard wanted players to have an easier way to gear up, and they kind of made this method of gearing. Maybe they didn't, maybe that wasn't an intention. Maybe the item level that you get from this method is supposed to be 10 or 20 item levels lower. Maybe it's an oversight. Maybe it's not an oversight. Maybe, like, there is a very small chance that this is going to make it to live. I hope it doesn't. But if you're playing the beta right now, this method will legitimately help you to gear up to do that Mythic Plus and to test out higher level Mythic Plus content as well. And a lot of people are doing this right now. So first of all, how do you do this? So why do I think it's too easy? In order to actually qualify to doing this farming or gear farming, you have to open up world quests. So for the longest time, I wasn't even sure how to open up world quests. The whole thing, this is from the perspective of a horde player. So if you're in Zundalar, if you're in the starting zone, you'll notice that in the port section, so basically the section where you come in the first time when you're starting to level, in the very close to that area, you'll see the port. In there you'll see the table, you'll see quests. You'll see a quest that'll bring you to the alliance zones. So as a horde player, you get to go to alliance zones, you'll get to go to Stormsong Valley, you'll get to go to Drusvar, you get to go to Tyrangard. After you do these quests, it takes around 10 minutes for each of these quests to do. After you do that quest, you'll also be you'll be required to go to experience island expeditions. You'll do that, it'll take another 15 minutes or so. After that, you'll get a quest that will unlock world quest for you. So all of a sudden you look at your map and you see all of these shiny quests available. Some of them will give you, some of the dungeon world quests will give you specific item levels. Like for me, it was giving me 340 item levels. So I was really happy. All of a sudden world quests are unlocked. I can do this. Now, a lot of people will, at this point, will go to Arathi Highlands. Yes, that's correct. You'll go to Arathi Highlands because Arathi Highlands is one of the areas that has been completely changed. So if you have completed the world quest, you can go to Arathi Highlands. You can teleport to Orgrimmar. You can go to Twilight Highlands. From Twilight Highlands, you can fly to Arathi Highlands. It takes around 5 minutes or so, or probably less than that. And all of a sudden, you'll notice this new shiny area. If you didn't complete world quest, or if you're not eligible for world quest, you will see the old version, and you won't be able to do anything with it. So I'm assuming you did the world quest, you're eligible for it, you're going to Arathi Highlands, and you'll see some quests there, and all of a sudden you'll see these rare mobs. You'll see a lot of rare mobs, they'll be marked as a star on your map. Those rare mobs have around 2 million HP, so they're relatively hard, like almost impossible to solo, so you need a group for this. And there's a lot of groups going for this, farming for the gear. The fact, if you're watching this video right now, you'll see that a lot of the party members are kind of grayed out, they're not visible. So if you don't have a war, that's because if you have war mode activated, you won't see the people who don't have war mode. So it makes like grouping a little bit harder. So all of a sudden you see all these groups, war mode only or without war mode and things like that. But the fact is, you only need a couple of people to kill these rares. And there's about, I don't know how, I killed around 15 rare mobs. And every single rare mob has a 100% chance to drop 355 gear. And that is equivalent to all their normal gear sets. So all of a sudden, you can do these 10, 15 rares. I'm pretty sure he has like a 24-hour respawn time. The fact is, you can only kill the same rare once to get the loot, so you can't farm the same rare all the time, but you get 355 gear. Sometimes I got Titan Forges for 370s. You'll notice that I was able to pick up basically every piece of gear, including weapon, including Azeroth trades, except for rings. I didn't see any rings and I didn't see any trinkets, but besides that, I got like, I moved up, I think 20 item levels in total in about half an hour of farming. And you'll notice that the Azeroth trades that I picked up, they're PvP Azeroth trades. So you usually in Azeroth gear, you get one generic trait and then you get one spec specific trait that you can choose. And the generic trait in this case is purely to do with PvP. So if you're doing PvE content afterwards, it's not really very optimal. But the fact is that you also get that spec specific trait. So in my case, you get something with rejuvenation and things like that. And that can be used in PvE. So all of a sudden this PvP gear is also valuable in PvE content, and it took me only half an hour to do it. Now, like I mentioned, disclaimer at the very start, I'm not sure if this is full intended. If this is intended, please change this, because this is crazy. I've actually ended up writing a couple of reports to Blizzard just saying that this should not be intended, because it only took me half an hour to get this gear. I would really love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know what you think about this. Thank you for watching this guide, and I'll see you in my next video.